My name is Tony Foresta. I sing for Municipal Waste, and we are touring Australia in July. And that's what we're talking about.
That's you are, my friend. Good to speak to you this morning.
Good morning. It is
And
evening here.
it's a great morning too. The sun's out. It's cold as fuck, but we're alive.
How cold is it? Am I gonna have to like
Most
man?
people don't think it is cold, but like I come from the top end of Queensland, so like I'm used to the tropics. So anything under 25 degrees and I'm whinging. I'm cold. So it's probably about 15 outside, but it's yeah, I'm a sook when it comes to cold.
I thought it was just warm there all the time. I didn't realize y'all had a winter. That's how stupid I am.
As you mentioned, bro, municipal waste returned to Australia this July for the first time since 2013 for a runner show starting in Melbourne on July the 5th, then hitting Sydney, Canberra, Brisbane, Adelaide, and finishing in Perth on July 13th. But I suppose the biggest question, mate, is why have you neglected us for so long? That's over 10 years.
Yeah, it didn't seem like it. I think it's because Iron Reagan did a tour there, but shit, that was like, man, that was probably like 8 years ago. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of hard sometimes to get tours booked there, and apparently y'all are getting a ton of tours now,
Yeah.
more than you used to. So maybe people just overlooked us or whatever. But we always want to come back. I mean, I say this in every interview, but Australia is my favorite place to tour. So just ask us to come every year, and we will. Just you just gotta invite us.
Very cool. I love the fact that you've called it the Wasted Tour. Like it isn't really for a new album. It's not for a new release. It's not for anniversary. It's just because you want to play. Like that pretty much says it all, eh?
Pretty much. I mean, we've released. I'm trying to think. 10 years, we've released like four records, maybe five. I don't. If you count the EPs and all that stuff. So I mean, what are we gonna? We're gonna go out there and tour on the last thing we put out, or you know? So yeah, no, we're just celebrating that we're coming back, you know. So let's fucking party.
Fuck yeah. Now you mentioned the four albums you put out, but what else has changed with the band since last time you were out here?
Well, shit, man, I don't even know if Nick was in the band the last time we toured Australia. I don't think so. Man, y'all are in for some shit, dude. We've gotten so much better. Yeah, I mean, we got an extra guitar player. We sound better. We fucking yeah, we got our chops up. So
Hey,
yeah, we
very
got
nice.
a whole lot of new songs that rule to play too. So it's gonna be a lot different than the last time we were there. But hopefully as violent as the last time we were there because that shit was fun.
So for those who missed you guys when you were out here last 11 years ago, mate, like what can fans expect from a municipal waste live show? It's pretty chaotic, isn't it?
Yeah, it gets pretty chaotic. The last guy who just interviewed me showed me his hand and his finger was cut or not or twisted that way. And he said it was from the last time we played there.
For real.
He was like, what was showed? He like fuck, he like deformed his hand. Um, but no, people it gets rowdy. It's not like violent in a way where people are trying to kill each other. It is more of mutual violence where everyone's kind of in it together, getting crazy, getting rowdy, picking each other off the ground, shoving them back down. Yeah, so yeah, it's fun, especially over there. They get it, and it'll be rowdy. It definitely, hopefully, it'll be rowdy. If it's anything like the last times I played there, it gets pretty it gets pretty rowdy. Is that how you
Rowdy.
guys
Rowdy
you
is the
guys
word
you
of the
guys like to
day.
say that?
Rowdy.
Yeah, rowdy.
So in return, I guess, mate, like, do you expect anything from your crowds? Like, is there anything that they can do to make you walk off stage and just go, fuck yeah, that was a good show?
Oh, people used to bring stuff to throw around. That was kind of like a thing back in the day. It's just more of like, even if the crowd's not getting too violent or whatever, rowdy.
Rowdy.
I don't know. You can just tell when there's a good reaction. You can just feel it, and you can tell when you're playing good. And a room full of people are smiling and are just stoked on the music. I mean, that's just as good as when you have 200 stage divers for a minute long song, you know?
And that'd get a bit chaotic, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah.
So go back in history a bit, bro. Like you started Municipal Waste in Richmond, Virginia back in 2000, mate. So what was the musical climate like that gave birth to the band, and where did you fit in initially?
Well, early 2000s was a weird time for metal. It was very, there's a lot of new metal, weird shit like that. Me and Ryan kind of came from the punk scene where we lived. So, for us, it was, we weren't being ironic. We were kind of pissed off that thrash metal wasn't as popular at that time. I feel like people were kind of too cool for it for some reason. I don't know. There was a weird time with thrash metal. You seem like you're around my age,
Yeah.
and I don't know if you remember, but um, it just seemed like there was a pretty grim time for thrash metal. Young people weren't really playing it, and we were kind of like, "Fuck that," and wrote short, fast crossover punk metal songs, and we were into like COC and DRI and SOD and bands, not just bands with letters for their names, but other suicidal tendencies, ST. But no, so that was the shit that influenced us, and we just really didn't give a fuck, and just were like, we're going on tour, and we wrote a batch of 10 songs, not even, I don't think, and just went on tour immediately and just started playing people's houses. And we would just go places we didn't even have shows booked, and play wherever we could. And it caught on, and people just loved what we were doing. The timing was perfect for us. And even today, man, it's like it just still grows. Like the band has never kind of leveled off. It's just has always kind of steadily grown, and we've always been able to get our music to like different people, and people appreciate it. It seems like it. So we're still here. So, that's a good thing.
They're still getting rowdy, so that's a good thing.
They're still getting rowdy, even though, we're getting older and we're sore afterwards, but we're getting rowdy.
Now you've probably answered this 1,000 times, bro. So I apologize in advance, but I haven't heard the story. But when after you played your first show at the New Year's Eve keg party, you got charged with inciting a minor riot. Like, what's the story behind that?
The story behind that is that someone at Earache wrote a press junket, and it was just a rowdy show, and the cops came. It was like a keg party, but it wasn't a riot. I mean, people just were like, "Oh my god, why is everyone moshing in this house?" And the cops came and yelled at us, and maybe almost arrested a couple of people. But I wouldn't say there was a riot, but that kind of happened a lot when we were playing earlier on, because we were just playing really small places, and the cops would have to get called a lot. But I wouldn't say it wasn't like tear gas in the streets or anything like that. But
More of a
I think
rough.
that was just. I think that might have been someone taking privileges with the writing, to hype our record
All right.
15 years ago. But that stuck with us. It's like the first thing on our Wikipedia page or whatever, and it's literally from a press junket from like Earache 100 years ago.
Wow. Now, one thing that you've got to admire about you guys is like your musical style of the crossover thrash. Like you haven't wavered at all over your 24 years as a band. Like, but in that time, there's been so many trends coming and going, and people love this and they hate that. But you guys are just stuck to your guns. Like, have you ever felt tempted to sort of ride the wave for a bit and see what happens, or you just been content to do what you do?
Yeah, I think it's never really been our style to like switch up our style to get more record sales, or whenever our label or whatever, somebody tries to tell us like, you need to do a TikTok because that's what the kids are doing now. It's like we don't give a shit about that. We just like the way we know what we're good at. We know what we like to write, and if we do want to get like super creative as far as like branching out musically, we just start another band and do another
Sure.
band. That's why we're all in 200 side projects. I don't know, man. It's like we have what, six fucking seven records now, and I've never been like, even especially with the last one, I've never been like, okay, we've done this enough. Like I feel like we still have stuff to improve on, and we can still add something to what we're doing. So the second I think it gets stale is when I don't think we should do it. But I think we stuck to our guns, and we're still writing good songs, and even the last record, I'm like really really proud of it. So I'm happy with it. So that's
Fuck
that's the
everyone
main
else,
thing.
mate. As long as you're making yourself happy, fuck everyone else.
Yeah, exactly. But luckily for us, it seems like people dig it. So
Heck,
we'll
yeah.
keep riding that. We'll keep riding that wave.
Why not? And another underlying and important part of your sustained success is your sense of humor and your attitude towards music, mate. Like, but in the modern age of music, things are so sanitized these days and politically correct. Like, are you finding it harder to maintain that sense of humor and that edge, I guess, like in the face of everyone telling you to sit down and shut up and behave?
Nah, I mean, I feel like you need to be a little bit more respectful nowadays than I guess you could have a while ago. But um, I think now more than ever, people need to get a little humor injected into what's going on in their lives because shit's crazy nowadays. So I feel like just doing our thing and having a sense of humor. I think that I think we've done serious shit in the past, but I think if the day we were to go full on serious, I think that would bum a lot of people out. So nah, we still like to ham it up.
Okay. All right, Tony. Well, thanks for your time today, brother. That's all I've got for you. But Municipal Waste will be out here from July the 5th, and it's touring pretty much everywhere. So get yourselves a ticket, get down, get rowdy, get violent, and get up it.
Hell yeah, get up it, y'all. Get up it. See you
All
soon.
right, brother, I'll be at the Brisbane show, so I'll sing out and say
Fuck
hi.
yeah. Hell yeah, I love Brisbane, man. I'll see you there.